The typical development of listening and speaking skills in children from birth through preschool is heavily supported by their cognitive, social, and emotional development. Per the early learning standards, there are five stages of language and speaking skills. The first, pre-linguistic development, birth to 12 months. In this stage, children react to loud sounds, coo, babble, use gestures like waving or holding out their arms to be picked up, recognize their name and familiar voices. Second, the holophrastic or single word stage from 12 months to 18 months. Children are using single words to relate their needs and wants, like up, more, milk, etc. They can also follow simple commands like give me the ball. Third, two-word stage, 18 months to 24 months, using two words to communicate needs and wants, like more milk, is understood by family members and friends. The fourth stage, the early multi-word stage, 24 months to 36 months, children are creating simple sentences or questions and have a word for nearly everything. The fifth stage, complex sentence stage, 3 to 5 years old. Children can create complex sentences with some grammatical errors and can answer those who, what, where, why questions. The typical development of listening and speaking skills in children from kindergarten through third grade are also impacted by their cognitive, social, and emotional development. We are honing in on ages 5 to 8. By age 5, children should be able to follow simple instruction, understand that words are made up of different sounds and syllables, understand and notice words that rhyme, identify words with similar beginning sounds, as well as retell a simple story or event. By age 6, children will be able to connect letters and their sounds, understand and put single sounds together to create words. This will lead children to reading simple stories. Also, their vocabulary will continue to expand and their sentences will become more complex. And they will also be able to express their opinions and preferences clearly. By age 7, children will solidify their reading skills as well as their language, understand the dynamics of a conversation, like taking turns, answering questions, and asking questions, and they'll be able to follow detailed instructions. By age 8, children can follow more complex instructions. They can express their ideas and opinions, use descriptive language, like using more adjectives and adverbs, and correctly use different tenses of verbs and use more complex sentence structures. Language delays can have a significant impact on listening and speaking skills in various ways. As it pertains to listening, children with language delays may have difficulties understanding more complex sentences, instructions, stories. This can impact their auditory processing of information, as they might not fully understand or grasp what someone is saying. This may have them disengage from listening, considering they're having a hard time following what is being said, or just from a lack of understanding. This can impact their relationships and social interactions. Children will struggle with discussions with peers and become frustrated with themselves, which can impact their development even further. As it pertains to speaking skills, children with language delays, may have limited vocabulary and find it difficult to express themselves, may find it hard to finish their sentence and become frustrated, may have difficulties pronouncing words, and others may find it hard to understand them. This will lead to confidence issues and feeling an anxiety when speaking. They also may be more reserved and have difficulties with initiating conversations. This will, of course, impact their social relationships. Listening and speaking skills, speaking development plays such an important role and heavily influences the development of reading and writing skills, as all of these skills are interconnected. Listening development influences the development of reading and writing skills by enhancing children's vocabulary. As children listen to new stories or conversations, they are able to learn new words and expand their vocabulary. This will be essential for reading comprehension as children will be able to understand text. When writing, children will be able to express their ideas clearly and do so with a rich vocabulary. Listening will allow children to understand letters and their sounds and become comfortable and confident with phonological awareness. This is a crucial part to reading as well as writing. Children will be able to read unfamiliar words by sounding them out, or even write new words by sounding them out. Some strategies to implement to foster listening and speaking skills in the classroom are reading, which is always great for language development at all ages. Another way would be playing games like I Spy. Encouraging dramatic play is another great way to support listening and language development. This allows the students to participate in conversations where active listening and speaking skills are necessary. Implementing a whole group circle or discussion. When we are in whole group, we provide multiple opportunities to practice listening and speaking. This could be doing a read aloud and asking open-ended questions or asking a question of the day. They are expected to listen to the question and give their answer. Educators can model and have students repeat if they use incorrect language. This is a great way to help them understand what correct language and grammar sounds like. Also, using visual aids that support whole body listening and active speaking will remind students looking eyes, brain on, calm bodies, quiet mouths. This body language lets the speaker know the students are listening and will be able to respond if they are asked to. Collaborative learning in the classroom is essential for encouraging and development of listening and speaking skills. When children work in small groups or pairs, it allows children to teach each other by addressing misunderstandings and clarifying misconceptions. Some other benefits that can come from collaborative learning are development of higher level thinking, oral communication, self-management, and leadership skills. Promotes interaction with both peers and educators, enhances students' confidence, exposure to and an increase in understanding of diverse perspectives. The possible effects of dyslexia on learning, listening, and speaking skills are as follows: trouble learning letters and sounds they make, confusing similar letters, difficulty with reading and recognizing familiar words, poor spelling, may avoid reading. Some strategies that can be implemented to support students with dyslexia with listening and speaking skills are reading books with repetitive text or reading the same book, which allows the child to hear the same words multiple times. And this will build a familiarity with the book and text, and it will build confidence in the child as well. Also, make learning fun. Children can, for example, trace letters or practice writing letters in flour, sand, shaving cream, etc. While writing a letter, practice making the letter sound with the child. This will enforce sound symbol connections, as well as reinforcing the letters. This last strategy is key and effortless. Be sure to celebrate your students and their wins, no matter how small. Be their biggest cheerleader and acknowledge their efforts. This will make them happy, build their confidence, and give them a positive mindset that will keep them wanting and willing to learn. Thank you so much.